Hey motherfuckers, it's Death, and I'm here to tell you a story about two pussies that brought back something everyone loved, something everyone cherished. This is where it starts. Grab your fucking popcorn, cause this is a terrible motherfucking episode and I will kill these two after this episode is over. Wish me luck.
On a new adventure.
What up, you sexy fucks? Welcome to season 5 of the Avyx Podcast. I swear to God, if I mess this intro up. My name is Sherif Khairy, and with me is the Jewish wonder, Brian Rosen.
Since we've started recording this, I've heard a helicopter and a dog in the background.
Full disclaimer, everyone. Brian lives in the middle of Manhattan, so there's going to be a lot of background noise. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do about it. I can't do shit. So blame New York, all right?
Shut down Manhattan. That's possible.
We can try, but we won't do shit. Welcome back, everyone. Today's topic is very special and near and dear to my heart. I say that about all the topics pretty much, so I'm a fucking liar. But Brian and I are going to be discussing some living situations. You know what I'm saying, Brian?
I know what you're saying, Tony.
So let's give him a little background and history, if you will. I'm holding Brian's hand right now. Brian and I met at the University at Buffalo. It's at Buffalo, not of Buffalo. So no one fucking correcting me like it's of Buffalo, you fucking idiot. It's at Buffalo.
You say of Buffalo, I'm murdering you.
Brian, I love you, but I'm going to need your energy turned up, and I'm gonna need you to be a lot more louder if you want to be on the next episode.
All right, if you say of, you're dead. I'm gonna murder your face.
That's correct.
Okay.
So we met at the University of Buffalo. We became best friends. We had sex. We built this relationship together.
Threesomes too. That was great.
But we've never lived together, and we still aren't living together. What the fuck, Brian?
That's true. Actually, I didn't even think about that. We've never lived together. We've had a bunch of sleepovers. Those were nice.
You know, I think it's for our own good because it'd probably ruin our friendship. I'd probably start picking out shit I hated about you, and you would start picking out shit you hated about me.
It's probably true. That's definitely true.
So after our college days, we graduated and we move on. Right now, we've moved on. Holy shit.
Wow.
Right now, I live upstate in a good old Syracuse, New York.
In a Syracuse, New York. Not the Syracuse, just one of them. You live in one of them.
Yeah, the Syracuse. And Brian lives in motherfucking Manhattan. So yes, clearly Brian got the coolest city. Congratulations, you got the coolest borough too, in my opinion.
It's definitely the coolest. But maybe Brooklyn's up there. I kind of like Brooklyn.
Well, Brooklyn definitely gives you competition, but I think I like Manhattan. It's cozy. It's cozy here.
Definitely cozy.
Your radiator's loud as fuck, but
We turned it off, so hopefully it doesn't interrupt the podcast. But it's actually been off for a while now, so I'm feeling confident.
yeah, if you do hear little farting noises, it's not us. It's the radiator.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm here in Staten Island visiting, looking at some of my friends and seeing how they're doing. And Brian, I want to discuss with you your current living situation and what your future living situation, or at least what you hope you're living your future. Fucking hell. You know what? Just tell me about your future living situation, Brian. Holy shit. Why do I can't speak today. So I guess we'll start off with, what do you like about Manhattan right now, Brian?
What do I like about Manhattan, huh? So I always wanted to live in Manhattan. It was always a goal of mine to, at one point in my life, live in Manhattan. Maybe when I was 20, maybe when I was 40. I went with when I was 22. How old am I? 20.
You're 22 and a half.
I'm 22 and a half.
To be real, he's 23, but we hate the number 23. Yeah. I know it's Jordan and everything, but fuck 23.
It just doesn't sound like a good age to be.
Yeah. So you're in Manhattan now. full disclaimer, we are recording this episode during the time of COVID-19. So that's obviously going to affect Brian's perspective on Manhattan. So don't get pissed off at Brian. He's going off of what he's been through, all right?
So if you would recall back from the Avyx days, I talked about how I was paying rent on an apartment that I hadn't moved into yet back in, I think we recorded that in March or April or something like that.
Something like that. Some ancient time ago.
So I did finally move into the apartment that I'd been paying a bunch of money a month to move into in June. On June 1st, I moved in, and I've been here ever since. It's Christmas Day right now. Yeah, I don't know if are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, I'm visiting for the holidays. It's Christmas Day. Who knows when this episode's going up, but fuck it.
Yeah, so I'm Jewish, he's Muslim, so we don't really celebrate, so we had a bunch of time to record some episodes. So I live in this 3-bedroom apartment converted from a 1-bedroom apartment. My room was split off from the bathroom from the main apartment that used to exist, so I got cut. The bathroom is half a room and my room's half a room. So as you would imagine, my room is about the size of a shoebox. So I had to put a loft bed into it, which is not super ideal. I got to climb up into my bed every night and the frame takes up about half the door. So I have to duck into the door. So that's not great. Living in Manhattan though, during COVID, I thought would be a little bit better. It's not great. I'm not going to lie to you.
There's nobody around these streets, Brian. Yeah. It's a fucking ghost town here.
Well, to be fair, the first time you've been here in a while, it's Christmas Day, so there's less people than usual. But yeah, COVID has turned Manhattan into basically a ghost town.
Are there any bars open?
Yeah, for outdoor dining, there's some bars open. Like my roommates and I have gone to a couple, but it's not the same at all. It's not like what we were expecting.
Do you think your opinion would have changed if it wasn't COVID season and people were out in the streets?
100%. Like that was one of our main things from moving into Manhattan. Like we wanted to be closer to where we worked and we wanted to go and feel like college and go out and party whenever, every weekend if we could. But
yeah, Brian's still a bum. But I feel bad for you because it's the city and it's supposed to be hype. And right now it's just a ghost town. Everyone's in their apartment and no one's outside in the streets. I'm sorry, Brian. Yeah, I know this is not the vision you wanted, but that's what you fucking get for moving in without me. For me, I'm currently living, like I said, in Syracuse, but I actually don't have an official apartment yet. I'm living with my girlfriend's parents. Before you motherfuckers even come at my neck, I pay for rent there. Shut the fuck up. Barely any rent, but I still pay my dues. I help out with groceries and I help out around the house. So nobody fucking give me shit, all right? I make 4 cents an hour. What do you want from me? Anyways, so technically my permanent realistic home is Staten Island, New York, which is fucking depressing as hell. Staten Island is probably the most hated borough for good reasons. But I've lived there basically most of my life, and all the people there are racist and sexist, and I hate them all very much. Mm-hmm. And Brian, I was going to ask you, what do you even love about Manhattan in the first place? I'd say count even the times during COVID. What has been good about living here?
All right, there's definitely a bunch of good things. I love the fact that I don't have to have a car. I could just get everywhere with the subway. There's a subway stop right down the road from me, and I could get literally anywhere I want. I go to the office, I take one train there to the central station, and then I take another train out, and it's super easy. I love the fact that there's so much food, and I've never had some of the food things here before. There's one place on First Ave right down the road, Korean barbecue. I've never had Korean barbecue before I moved here, and it's so good. It's insane.
The food places are top notch. Mm-hmm. I got to give it to you. Have you had a good old dollar slice?
Pizza? Oh, yeah. There's a big dollar slice chain, the Two Bros, that's maybe 10-minute walk from me. I've gotten that 10 times.
What's your favorite place to go visit?
What do you mean?
What do you like to go to the most? It can even be a classic deli joint. Just what place do you always see yourself going to?
Oh, a food place?
It doesn't have to be a food place. Anything fun. What do you usually go to?
Okay, so there's 3 places that I go to more often than not. One is a food place. It's the deli right down the road from me, like literally downstairs.
That's a dangerous game. If my fat ass was there, it would have been a fucking wrap.
Oh, it's so good though. I go there like at least once or twice a weekend to get a bacon, egg, cheese, hash brown on a roll with salt, pepper, ketchup, and hot sauce, and it's the best.
Oh, wait, what do you get it on?
What do you get it on? I think the listeners would agree with me on this one. Bacon, egg, and cheese is significantly better on a roll than anything else.
I put it on an everything bagel, as you should.
Because you're an idiot.
No.
Because you're stupid. Like, that's all I can say.
Because I'm from Staten Island, New York.
And Staten Island is full of stupid people. We have discussed this 10 minutes ago.
I agree with you. But when it comes to a bagel, and when it comes to a bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel, that's where we got it right.
Guy, if people actually comment on this, they're going to sound off on you about this. Bagels, they get cream cheese, they get butter, or they get lox. Nothing else.
You're fucking stupid. It's so good.
You're dumb. I've had it before. Like, it's not like I've never had this. It's just better on a roll. It like takes the moisture into the roll. It's nice and soft. It's so much better.
So my favorite place to visit on Staten Island is true. Out of all the places we have, I think my favorite is probably. It's gonna sound so fucking bad, but there really isn't anything to do there. Probably no. Fuck that. Oh my god, I see so many people from my high school there. Hell no. Probably South Beach. That place is lit. Okay. It's a fun park. The beach is nice. It's somewhat clean. And you just chill. You just chill around. I remember my brother and I almost drowned and the lifeguard came to save us. This is when we were super young. But I'd probably give it to South Beach. Out of all the places in Staten Island, South Beach is where it's at. I got to take you there one time. We can go on our honeymoon phase, Brian.
Sweet. I'll take that. You'd freak out some strangers.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would actually. So the two other places in the city that I like super into, and I'm probably gonna go to one of these places tomorrow. On one of my off days is one, which I'm not gonna go to tomorrow, but it's super nice. Is Pier 25 on the Hudson.
What's that?
It's this pier on the Hudson that oversees.
Pier 25 on the Hudson. It's a pier on the Hudson. Fuck
It's literally a pier. We played beach volleyball there, and it's super nice, and it has a nice view of like the Freedom Towers 1 block away. The Statue of Liberty is in view. Jersey City you can kind of see. Well, you can very easily see because it's right across the river, but that's the worst part about it. The Statue of Liberty is cool. It's a really nice place to go, like just relax for a while. But that's not the place that's like I'm super into. The best place in New York City, it's going to sound kind of basic, but it's Central Park. Central Park.
Oh, you suck.
It's so amazing. It's like, oh my God.
Overhyped.
It's not, it's massive for one. It's a park in the middle of the biggest, like most populated city in the world, or top 3. I don't freaking know these days. But like, especially in the snow, I was working the other day, and sometimes for work, I have to go survey city or parts of the city, like buildings around here. And I was walking from 57th Street East or west of 57th Street East, and I had to walk through Central Park South, and it was in the snow. There was snow on the ground, and it was literally the most beautiful thing. And there were horses, and they were taking poops. But besides that, it was really, really nice. And I love that place.
Oh, what is your least favorite thing about this place, about Manhattan?
Probably like I don't know if this sounds bad, but like the homeless problem is Now, is it the homeless people, or just like there's a lot of homeless people? It's a mix of the two. Like the problem is that like the government doesn't help them out whatsoever, and it's making it a huge problem in the city because it's like they'll solicit on the subway and on the streets, and it's a extreme hassle to.
To be fair, the city is pretty expensive. Yeah. It's an expensive spot to live in, and there are a lot of homeless people, as in like other cities, of course. But I feel like New York, LA, and maybe San Francisco. I don't know about San Francisco.
LA is a big problem.
Yeah, there's like a major homeless problem. But really, what about like living situation wise? Do you wish your rooms were bigger? Because your room is cramped as fuck, honey.
Honestly, I have no problem with having a small room. Like, as long as I have somewhere to sleep and somewhere to like make food, and I'm perfectly fine.
It's kind of like a college dorm when you look at it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And plus, like you said, it was always meant for one person. It was like a one bedroom apartment, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it got converted.
I don't even know where to begin when it comes to my least favorite thing about Staten Island. Probably everything, to be honest with you. Mostly the people. The people on Staten Island kind of suck. And I hate to generalize everyone, but to be honest, most of the people on Staten Island kind of fucking suck. I've met some racist ass motherfuckers, some sexist ass motherfuckers. People try to stab me. And I was like, well, shit, I guess I gotta fucking throw hands with this random ass person at 2 a.m. for no damn reason. I just wanted to get my bag of chips and be on my way. I don't even think Staten Island is that expensive compared to the other boroughs, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's probably like in the realm, but I'd say Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan are definitely the most expensive.
But I think the number one thing that stands out about Staten Island is that it's pretty dirty. At least where I live. Like, I'm near Forest Avenue, and if you know anything about that spot, it's dirty as fuck. It's just trash all over the place. Buildings are just rotten. It needs an upgrade. It needs fucking Jesus, actually. It doesn't need it. I mean, that shit needs Jesus.
I feel like that's the assumption people have about Manhattan, too, but it...
Oh, there's the farting noise.
That's the radiator.
I hope you guys hear that shit. Hold on. Complete silence. Hey, you guys hear that shit? Yeah. That's crazy.
The water hammer going into the apartment above us, because I turned it off, but it does not help.
So Brian, where would you like to live?
That's a loaded question there, Sherif. I'd say I don't want to live the rest of my life in any one place ever. Like that's not like the kind of person I am. I think I've been looking into it. The place I want to live next is I want to live all over the country. I want to live inside of a mobile, like a van. I want to like convert like a Sprinter van or something into a home and just drive that around for a while. Try and work from the road or something like that. That would be my ideal situation.
Brian and I were talking about this a bit earlier when I came to visit him, and I was telling him about things called tiny houses, and it's essentially like I guess it would be a trailer park, but without the wheels, and you just like add onto it. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about it, and people have been customizing them, and some of them just come out so fucking sick.
Yeah, I've been on a YouTube van kick lately, and some of them are incredible.
You're gonna be like that guy from The Bachelor that lives only in his van and just constantly travels. Honestly, though, if you work from home, all you need is a good LTE hotspot, and you're on your way pretty much. You can get like a little gym membership. Like I said, Brian and I were talking about this earlier, and I was like, I can just get a Planet Fitness membership, pay $10 a month if it even costs that much anymore, and just fucking, if I need to shower, I go there, or like get a quick workout in, and then go back in my fucking car and just start working.
There's these, like, you can put a big-ass water tank in your mini home or your van and then refill it every once in a while and just take a shower in there. Get, like, a hot water heater. There's a bunch of different ways you could do it, and I'm, like, so interested in them.
I don't think I would probably pursue that, though, just because, one, my mom would kick my ass, two, my girlfriend would kick my ass, and three, my brothers would make fun of me. So I guess I'd probably, I think long term, I'd prefer to be living in upstate still. Because the one thing I really liked about Buffalo is the more popular places like Elmwood or Allentown, those places were always popping. It felt like kind of like the city. There was always a community there, and there were all these like places where you can eat, hang out, go out with your friends. And I always thought those places were really cool and fun too, especially on the weekends. So I definitely like to live upstate long term, but I'd probably dabble in the city, check it out, see how life is outside of Staten Island, New York. But
yeah, I don't know if I would want to live anywhere like 100% for the rest of my life. And maybe if I get a family, like a wife and kids, I would consider it. Buffalo would be my number one choice, definitely. Maybe like Europe or Canada or something like that. Try and like go somewhere out of the realm of what people think like an American would live. I think that would be crazy cool.
I'd be too nervous going to another country.
Yeah.
I think I'd get shot.
You get shot, you have a better chance of getting shot here.
Oh, you're right. Especially on Staten Island, I definitely have a better shot of getting shot. Get it? You see what I did there? I don't know. London was always cool to me, but I don't think I'd live there, and I definitely wouldn't live in Japan. Mostly because I don't even know how to fucking speak the language there. But I've always thought Japan was cool. Maybe like a 1 month Airbnb trip there would be fun. But long term, probably upstate, probably Buffalo. Yeah. Probably somewhere near Elmwood or Allentown, because those places were always really fun to visit. And I think Buffalo is underrated right now, so it's actually very cheap to rent there. And I'm assuming buying a house there is cheap as well. But if it fucking blows up in 2 or 5 years, then we're all fucked. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life next.
Yeah, I loved Buffalo. There were rumors or something it was gonna start blowing up maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. Once they started putting a crazy amount of people over there, like immigrants were coming into Buffalo. They were selling houses for $1, and it never really took off. But I don't see why, because Buffalo is amazing. I lived there for 4 years, and it was like the most fun time. I love the city. I love the school. The food there is actually like really, really good.
Well, what's a place you'd never want to live in?
The South. I would never live in the South.
You right.
Like for a New Yorker, I think that's a pretty standard answer there.
I just think the South is super outdated. Like, everything about you motherfuckers, I don't trust for a damn. Oh, hell no. Fuck the South. And Florida. I will never live in Florida.
My whole family wants to live in Florida, but they keep asking me, "Oh, Brian, you should come live here. Let's do some whatever you want to do down here." I'm like, no, absolutely not. It rains every day. The food is terrible. There's just like incredible amounts of people not my age, like 4 times older than me.
We might lose a couple fans here if we have, out of like the 4 fans. But I also feel like the people in Florida kind of suck, to be honest, especially after how they've been treating COVID. Sure. I feel like you motherfuckers kind of suck. Yeah. All you guys are just chilling. COVID doesn't exist to you. Everyone's traveling there left and right. It's fuck Florida.
They like tagged along with all the like southern states, like the Alabama and Louisiana. They're just like, oh, these guys are doing this. Let's join them.
I always compare Staten Island as the Florida of New York City. If there was a borough to represent Florida, it's 100% Staten Island.
Mm-hmm. I don't even like the Bronx is Canada. Queens is like Queens. There's no other way to put that.
Do you see yourself moving out of Manhattan soon?
Yeah, I think so. I think my lease is up in April, and I don't think I'm going to be re-signing here, and I don't think I'm going to be moving back into Manhattan. Maybe like a year or 2 in the future, I'll think about moving back into the city, but for now, it wasn't the best experience this last 7 months or whatever.
I feel like COVID's been here for way more than 7 months now.
I think it's been 9 months since I've moved into this apartment, or 7 months since I've been here, 9 months since I've signed. But I think I don't even know what I'll do next. I'll move into like near my job for a little bit, closer to where I work, out of the city, and then try and get working on the tiny home.
Get working on the tiny home. Damn. Okay, I see you.
Sounds fun.
You're about the tiny. Honestly, it does sound fun, especially when you're able. I feel like the biggest blessing COVID has given people is the ability to work from home. Because I think a lot of people have liked it, but I've always worked from home even before COVID, so I absolutely hate it, and I miss being in an office setting. But at the same time, I can't see myself working in an office anymore because. Yeah. And my work and life balance is just too perfect right now. Like, I don't know. I can't see myself going back into an office, but I just also miss communicating with people. I have no work friends, Brian. You're technically my only work friend.
This is a job? Am I being paid for this?
No.
Well, like, What was I was gonna say something.
You building a tiny home?
That was it. I think the 9 to 5 is just like not my thing. And I want to say most millennials are moving away from like thinking about doing the 9 to 5 because it just sucks. Like the 9 to 5 office job is terrible. And I don't know why anyone actually considers doing it. Like going to college, they train you like, all right, you're going to go get your major. You're going to work 8 hours a day on this job for the rest of your life. And then you're going to retire with like $2 million to like live for yourself from when you're 65 to when you die.
Well, I think like, we have some friends that are nurses and also work in the medical field, and their hours are like 12 hours long, and I could never see myself working for that long because where the fuck is your life at? Mm-hmm. Like, yes, you get paid well, but I don't think I'd ever sacrifice my lifestyle for a bigger paycheck. Like I want that balance. I need that. I can't like dedicate my entire life to just work. Mm-hmm. Fuck that bullshit. So Brian's ass is going to be in a tiny home and become a fucking nomad.
It's going to be fun.
And I'll probably be somewhere upstate. You can hit me up in Buffalo. We can go through. So Buffalo has some really good food spots. So hit me up. I probably will never answer you, but we'll see.
I'll be up in Buffalo every once in a while. Maybe I'll move to Buffalo next. Who knows?
I hope you do. Long term, I hope you do.
Yeah.
And you just got to find a fucking girlfriend first.
That's impossible.
And have a couple kids.
Couple?
How many kids do you want?
2 would be a good number of kids.
Yeah, if I were to have kids, I'd do 2, but I'm not having any kids. Fuck that. Nope.
How does Julie feel about that?
She doesn't want kids either.
Really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's why we're perfect for each other.
I would not expect that.
That's pretty much it for the Avyx Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget to eat ass with a spoon, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.